rain, and you see there we got it, maybe too much at once as several parts of the city flooded. Details on how much fell and if there's more on the way.
And the investigation continues into the city of New Orleans 2022 recap flyer sent out earlier this year. We got a preview of today's meeting.
Plus, residents had no air conditioning for several weeks this summer. Now they're being forced to move, while the apartment complex says some is required.
You're watching Good Morning New Orleans.
Thanks for waking up with us on Good Morning New Orleans. I'm LBJ.
And I'm Amy Russo. We got some of that much needed rain yesterday, but it was too much for some of the streets with widespread flooding throughout the area. Go ahead and check this out. Areas around town were passable by kayak, but almost impassable by car. This is South Carrollton Avenue and Bank Street in front of Jesuit High School. That's in Mid-City.
Yeah, in Treme, standing water wasn't the only issue as the rain sort of weighed down that tree, probably a weeping willow there, giving you kind of like a car wash effect right there.
It kind of gives the
cool.
Harry Potter vibes.
Okay.
So weeping willow.
All right, gotcha.
But the worst flooding was probably at Canal Boulevard. A spokesperson with the Sewerage and Water Board said that draining pump station 7, the one that connected to that area, saw the highest rain total recorded in the city at 6.42 inches. A car did get stuck. You see it there in those flood waters. Of course, we're going to hear from the driver in just a little bit later in the show. And LBJ, you said you actually got caught up in that rain yesterday.
I was out there driving around. It was,
yeah.
it was gnarly. We're going to see some of my little video a little later on. Folks been beating me up for driving through some of it, but once you're in it,
well, the area that you were at specifically, there really wasn't any other option.
Yeah, you couldn't turn around.
And thank goodness you were in a bigger car, not a low to the ground car.
Our chief meteorologist, Hank Allen, joins us. Hank, we need rain, but not all at once, apparently, right?
LBJ poo-poos that Weather Service phrase, turn around, don't drown.
Oh, no.
He's got the big truck, though, like you said.
He has the big truck, so
it's already in it.
It goes on through, yeah. Some spots, yeah, hard to avoid, but, you know, we saw these other vehicles trying to plow through there, and sometimes you get stuck, and that's what happens. Forecast first brought to you by New Orleans Roads. Yes, not the issues today, that's for sure. Frankly, very little coverage out there today. I think we'll keep that rain chance about 30 to 40% as we go through the day, and so not expecting anything like what we saw yesterday, where some spots, like we said, got 6 to 8 inches of rain in just about 3 or 4 hours there. Upper 70s to low 80s around the area at the moment. You see some spotty activity, which does indicate, you know, a little bit of activity through the day as well. It's beginning to shift off to the west, though, so I think the main focus today will be on the western half of the area. And then just overall very spotty coverage. Back into the low 90s today. Not going to heat up as much here in the metro area. Areas like Slidell, if you saw a bunch of rain yesterday, it's going to take a day or two to, dry that ground back out. Areas that didn't see much rain, though, already back into the mid-90s this afternoon. So starting to heat things up through the week. That trend will continue. We'll talk about that coming up. Let's give you a check of traffic, brought to you by personal injury attorney Chip Forrestall. Obviously, traffic issues abound yesterday with that rain. But interestingly enough, we saw quite a few accidents yesterday morning as well, even before we saw too much rain out there, just a few wet spots on the road. So could have been problematic with the holiday travel, but nevertheless, back to the commute today. So be prepared for these areas to fill up pretty quickly here with the volume as we go through the morning. Obviously very early right now, though, so no issues. The extremely rare 7 minutes from Causeway to Tchoupitoulas. No delays on the Causeway, no restrictions or anything like that. And really not much rain around the area at the moment either. So it should be a pretty good start to the day. And we'll keep an eye on how the next couple of hours go, guys. Let you know if anything pops up.
All right, thanks so much, Hank. Hey, the rain may be over, but before you head out next time, you can check road conditions in New Orleans at streetwise.nola.gov. There's one little dot there. The blue dots tell you where the streets flooded. That's the canal underpass? Okay, so they're saying it's still flooded. I passed there this morning, it wasn't. Red ones indicate roads that are closed.
Okay, so don't know how reliable this website is.
Once again, that's streetwise.
Wow.
.nola.gov. I have to come home that way. I have to leave and come here that way.
I gotta tell you, was not expecting you to say that.
Hey, it is what it is.
Oh my gosh. All right, and it wasn't just in New Orleans that saw rising floodwaters. This video is from the Slidell Police Department. It shows an officer help a woman who accidentally drove her SUV into a ditch. Slidell police say this happens quite often when it rains hard in a very short amount of time.
Covering New Orleans City Council, members of the Governmental Affairs Committee will continue interviewing members of Mayor Cantrell's office regarding the City of New Orleans 2022 recap mailers.
Members of Cantrell's office were interviewed last week regarding the mailers. WGNO's Zach Lave is at City Hall to break down what happened. Good morning, Zach.
Hey, good morning, Amy and LBJ. Well, the committee is going to be grilling members of the mayor's communications team, probably just as hard as LBJ just grilled the City of New Orleans on that road status, but they're going to be talking to members of the communications team. Last week, they did talk to Gregory Joseph from the mayor's team about the mailers. They asked questions about the mailers having anything to do with the recall, but Joseph denied that they had anything to do with that campaign against the mayor. But Mercury Public Affairs, the agency behind the mailers, claimed that they were hired under the context of the recall. Something else the committee is questioning is the potential violations of the city's procurement laws. Contracts over $15,000 are supposed to go to public bid, but the committee read evidence showing that the mayor's Office of Communications was asking to split up the contracts to prevent any other firm from handling the mailers.
The fact that there was an ongoing effort that was detailed to split a contract that should have been publicly bid into two separate fake contracts, this is tremendously problematic.
And another member of the mayor's communications team, Leslie Thomas, is expected in today's meeting to get asked basically the same questions to look into these mailers. That committee meeting is getting underway at 1 o'clock this afternoon, and we'll have further coverage of that in our evening newscast. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks so much, Zach. Renters at the Maxwell Apartments in Metairie are facing another crisis. This summer, they already went weeks without air conditioning.
Yeah, now some say they're being forced to move out. WGNO's Kenny Lopez has the story.
We get a letter that's saying we need to move out in 30 days. However, we've been here for 12 years.
Families living in the Maxwell Apartments in Metairie say they're being forced to move out, and 30 days is just not enough time.
However, when you purchase a home, you know it's not a 30-day process. So we don't want to move to another apartment, but being given so little time, what do you do?
These residents say they've already dealt with a cruel summer, nearly 3 weeks without air conditioning at this complex, and now this?
Basically, we have to afford 4 times the rent in order to make a move, regardless of what it is, and it's not right. People don't have that. We're barely making it. Everybody's barely making it nowadays.
Yari Benton's a mother of 2 kids. She pays $1,160 a month for rent to live at the Maxwell.
So they offered us we can move into a renovated apartment, but it's more expensive.
The reason these residents are being told to move out is for a massive renovation project. In a statement from a spokesperson with the Maxwell, they say, "We're pleased to be investing in an improved living experience for residents at the Maxwell, a 53-year-old property that was never updated to modern standards under prior ownership, even after several hurricanes. Unfortunately, the required apartment renovations can't be performed safely in occupied units. 20 households on month-to-month leases were sent notices late last week, offering them the chance to move into newly renovated apartments on the property, and 7 have already accepted our offer to stay."
A new start that we're forced to start, you know, like we try to be strategic with stuff. Now they're forcing us literally to get out.
I mean, families are forced to be basically kicked out in the street. Feels like betrayal of a place that you trusted and you call home.
Kenny Lopez, WGNO News.
We did check Louisiana's laws for renting. We now know there is no limit on how many times a landlord can raise the rent, and there's no minimum amount of time renters must be given to leave before they're evicted. But renters who have complaints, they can appeal to Civil District Court.
Happening today, all RTA rides in New Orleans are free, including buses, streets, and streetcars and ferries. It's to honor civil rights activist Claudette Colvin, who's not as famous as Rosa Parks, but nonetheless refused to give up her seat on a segregated buses well before Ms. Parks. Colvin did it in Montgomery in 1955 when she was just 15 years old. For more information, visit NORTA or NORTA.com.
I'm ABC's Em Nguyen in Washington. First Lady Jill Biden has tested positive for COVID-19. President Biden has tested negative, but the White House says he'll undergo regular testing. The latest coming up.
All right, not near as much rain out there today, just spotty coverage. That means we start to heat back up over the next few. Details on that coming up.